I'm at kind of an interesting point in my life right now where I'm being exposed to several different things that I've had no experience with, and it's been really enjoyable. And it's kind of shaping the way that I think about hobbies and the way that I think about interests. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. I love to play music and I like to play video games. I really like to edit videos. I think that's actually a lot of fun. Like I feel like I can be very creative when I'm doing it. I think it's fun. However, I've always kind of thought that your interests are your interests. And if you don't already like something right now, then you know what I mean? Like it's not part of your likes. It's not part of your interests. It's not part of your hobbies. It doesn't define who you are. You know what I mean? However, recently I just had like an interesting thought that I think I've always known is true, but because I'm at an interesting point in my life and I'm being exposed to a lot of new things, it's kind of come to light for me, and it's an interesting thought at the very least. So recently, I've been exposed to having to look into the car industry, specifically with car dealerships, and I've never been a car guy. I've never cared about cars, but since I've bought a car, I had to learn about the process of, okay, what are good car companies? What car companies are reliable? What cars are good cars? What cars do I need? What brands stick out? What is the difference between, for example, Toyota and Lexus? They're both by the same company, Toyota, right? What's the difference? Like, what is that, right? Where Lexus is just the luxury brand of like regular Toyotas, and so on and so forth. And since I've successfully bought a car in a phenomenal price, which I still have yet to make that video because there's so much footage, and I don't have any time. I've since found myself driving on the road being like, oh, that's a Corolla. Oh, that's a Camry, Toyota Camry. Oh, that version's that's the Toyota LE. Oh, that's the Toyota SE or whatever, right? That's the Camry SE. And I've just been like, I've been having fun seeing things come to light and seeing things stick out to me that never used to stick out to me before. Before, I would just drive from point A to point B and I literally would not care. And I would be like listening to a podcast and I wouldn't pay attention to anything. Now I'm like, oh, that's a Mazda. That's a Mazda. Oh, that's a Lexus. Oh, that's a Honda. You know what I mean? I'm like looking around and it's fun. Like it's actually fun for me to do. So that's one thing that I want to talk about is I feel like people's interests and hobbies don't come from who they are. I feel like they come from your circumstances and you just adapt to enjoying them. I'll give you another example. To support what I just said. I've also been recently exposed to the world of soccer, specifically with the World Cup. I never used to care about watching World Cup matches. I never used to care about watching soccer matches. To be honest, I never used to care about watching sports at all. I've never been a sports person. I used to love to play sports. I don't really play that many sports nowadays, but I used to love to play them. But I've never really been a big fan of watching them because I just don't care. Like in the past, I would rather just like play a video game or do literally anything else. I just don't care. But again, due to circumstances, I've been introduced to the world of soccer and the world of watching soccer matches and getting invested into teams. And not only that, but getting invested into countries and the backstory behind the players and the backstory behind some fun facts and some drama and some rivalries. And it's been a lot of fun. Honestly, it's been a lot of fun. And just yesterday, I actually bought a Peacock subscription, which I'm sure all of you in the comments can tell me how dumb that was because I could have pirated it at some random website. But whatever, I bought a 1 month subscription to Peacock, and I was alone on Saturday. I was alone in my room, and I was editing videos. And after a while, I just stopped because I ended up watching the entire Colombia game, number one. And then not only that, but I went and made dinner and then watched the entire Argentina game as well. And I did that on my own. I wasn't even like, there was no watch party. I just did it because I thought it was fun. And I wasn't even like checking my phone. I was like intently watching the game. It was fun for me. I was intently watching the game. And again, I never would have taken up doing this if it weren't for the circumstances that I found myself in. And after being exposed to it and just putting in a little bit of effort, I'm like, oh, this is crazy fun. And I genuinely think I'm going to just start watching soccer from now on. Like, I actually think it'd be fun to follow a team, honestly. And then I started to realize, I'm like, okay, This is how it's always been. I love music because my parents, they didn't, well, they kind of, I guess they kind of did force me to play violin when I was super young, but I was put into that circumstance, and now I love music. I love playing music. I love singing. I used to do a lot of like music producing in FL Studio. I thought it was so much fun. I think it's so much fun, and I loved it. And I still do love it. I still think it's a lot of fun. And all the sports that I played growing up, I did it because I found myself in those circumstances. My parents used to want me to play a sport year round. So in the fall, winter, and spring seasons, they used to kind of, I guess, force me to do that. So, but they let me pick the sports that I wanted to play, but it was very important for them that I was involved. And because of that, I grew up playing sports and loving to play sports. And we had a local swimming pool that, my town was super small, but we had a local swimming pool and all my friends did that. So again, I found myself in circumstances, and I love swimming now as a result, right? And it really made me think, because if there, like, I kind of had the realization that if there is a hobby or an interest that I think is fun, or I think it would be, I think it'd be cool to have as a hobby, or cool to have as an interest, or cool to learn about or know about, I don't have to already like it. I just have to do it or find myself in a circumstance where I would be exposed to it. And chances are I'm probably going to end up liking it. You know what I mean? And I know this probably sounds like yeah, okay, of course. That's not a deep thought. That's not a thought that you have to actively, consciously have. But it was interesting because I'm 31 years old, and I've kind of stopped being exposed to new things unless I actively go and seek them. Unless like right now, for example, I've been, due to circumstances, I've been exposed to them. But it kind of all happened by chance. And it's been a long time since I've been exposed to something new and got to learn and was allowed to, or I think the right phrase is I got to learn about new stuff, because I'm not complaining about it. I actually, I'm reverse complaining about it. I'm enjoying it. And it's been a long time since I've been introduced to new interests and new hobbies. But I'm finding that quite frequently. And like, even within the past year, the past year and a half, I started acro yoga, I started dancing, and I love it. Like, it's just so much fun. And it just happened because I was like, oh, those are hobbies that seem interesting, especially dancing. That's a hobby that seems interesting. That's a hobby that seems like it has, not only is it interesting, but it has utility. Like, I can teach people how to dance. I can share that experience with someone. So it's kind of like a social connecting thing as well. And I just think it's so much fun. Like, it's probably my favorite thing to do right now is dancing. And the reason why I like it is not because I already liked it, or not because I knew someone that liked it. It's because I went and did it and thought it was very fun. I put myself in that circumstance and thought it was very fun. So again, I'm not trying to sit here and be like, oh, if you do something, you're going to like it. Isn't that a crazy thought? Like, I know that it's not like a super crazy, profoundly deep thought. It's just an interesting thought that came across my mind, where it's like, wow, recently I've been doing a lot of new things, and of course it's within my control, but I'm doing it for reasons that kind of just seemed to happen to me. I've said this like 1,000 times in this video, but I found myself in the circumstance of being exposed to new things, and it's so much fun. Like, I'm having so much fun learning new things and enjoying new hobbies. And yeah, I just think, if there's anybody out there that's like, oh, I think it'd be really cool to do this. I just, I don't have the time, or I don't know if I would like it. I would say, from my own personal experience, like, if I just look at myself and my own personal experiences, I would say, go do it. Like, go try it. Like, go try it like at least once. Give it a good attempt. Don't give it like a, I'll try this out for 15 minutes and then leave if I'm not having fun. Like, give it a good, solid attempt. Like, if it's a dance class, for example, take the whole hour dance class, because it's really cool. Like, it's genuinely fun. I feel like I feel like I'm almost becoming like I don't want to say like a new person, but I am, it's just so much fun. I don't know how to describe it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Not a profoundly deep thought, not something I think is unique to me, but I thought it was at least interesting and I wanted to share it. Okay, see you later. Have a good day. Have a great rest of